Hi, my name is Bud Kraus. I'm a web design instructor and consultant in the New York City area. One of the things I teach people is how to use WordPress. That's the world's leading content management system, now accounting for about 20% of all websites made today. I teach a series of webinars known as WordPress A to Z, and the first of the four webinars is called WordPress at 10,000 feet, which is an overview of the main features and functions of how WordPress works. So I'm going to go right over here. This won't take very long. I'm just going to go over some of the things that I will be going over in that very first webinar on the overview. And what you're looking at here is WordPress out of the box, freshly installed. I use Bluehost. It's a very popular hosting service to do my hosting. I'll be talking a lot more about that during the overview webinar as well as other webinars. And this is a page, or actually this is more correctly called a post to the blog. And right over here is an actual page, and we call this a static page. Now I'll be getting into the differences between what's a static page and what is the post and what's called the blog chronology. More about that in that first webinar. But let's just create a page right now, and I'll show you. It's not that difficult. It's a lot like working with a word processor. In fact, I often call WordPress just a fancy word processor. So what you need to do to get going is to log in. And you can see I already have my username and password filled out. So I'm going to click on that. Oops, that's not right, huh? So let's just get that all fixed up over here. I happen to know what this is. It helps to know what the password is. All right, and we've logged in, and what are we looking at here? The first page that we see is the dashboard of the WordPress admin for my website that I'm going to make. All I'm going to do right now, though, is just create one page and show you, hey, this is doable. So I'm going to go over here. Now, don't worry about all these things that you're seeing, pages and media and posts and comments, appearance. I will go into all that in detail during not just the first webinar, but all four webinars. And I'm going to go over here to all pages, and we'll see, oh, here's where the sample page, yes, we saw that, but we don't really want to edit that. We can. We're not going to do that. We're going to just add a new page. We're going to get right to what we want to do. And I'm going to pretend that I'm going to make a website about teaching web design. So I have some content all ready to go. Before I get to that, I just want to explain what you're looking at here is what we call a page editor. And the page editor has these two rows of toolbars that look a lot like a word processor. So I could type something into this box where I have the cursor over there, but to save ourselves some time, what I'm going to do is just go over here, and I'm going to go into copy, and I'm going to go right to CSS class, because I'm going to pretend that we already have this open. I don't have to pretend that. We already do have that open. And I'm just going to copy this content. Now, you don't need to write something like I have here in an editor. You can write right into here. But like I said, I'm going to save some time. So I'm just going to paste what I have right over there. Perfect. And I'm going to also give this page a name. I'll just call it CSS class. Now, right over here, I'm going to look at what I have, three different publishing options. And I can save this as a draft, which is great, because if I'm not ready to do any other work, I can save this and then come back to it later. Or I can preview it. Let's just do that. Let's just preview it right now. Okay, that's fine. I'm just looking at what it is that I've made. Now you might say, well, where are all the pictures and where's all the... Well, that's stuff that you're going to add and change and amend and do all kinds of fantastic things with during the webinar, okay? But right now, I'm just showing you how basically it's pretty simple to create content like we're doing right now, creating a page. Notice there's no link over here. That's me. But there's no link over here to connect this page to the rest of the site. So that means it hasn't been published yet. Let's go back to where we were, and you'll see, oh, it hasn't been published. I haven't clicked that publish button yet. I'm going to do that right now. Let's just do that, and we'll see the difference. So now I'm going to go out, and I'm going to view the page. Go to the site and view the page, and it doesn't look any different. That's true, but this time I've got a link into my navigation. By the way, we'll be creating lots of pages and images and drop downs and all kinds of things so that you can learn how to work your site. But right now, as I've said, I'm just giving you a little bit of how simple it is, relatively simple it is, to create content. Now, one last thing I want to do before we go is go back to where I was. I'm just going to go over here and add an image. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to put my cursor where I'd like this image to go. And I'm going to go over here where I have some images. And prepared images. We always like that. Let's get this out of the way. I don't need this right now. And you'll see I'm going to, let me move this out of the way. I'm going to add an image. So I've got my cursor just where I want it to go. I'm going to click on that. Now, when you add images, one way you can do that is to pull them from your library, which I'll show you how to create during the webinar, but we don't have any images in the library yet, so we're going to have to upload this image. So I click on Upload File, go back to where my images are, okay, Images, and I'm going to pick this image right over here of this guy, this teacher at a blackboard, and I'm going to upload that. I can click out of here. I don't need this stuff anymore. Just get this out of the way. Don't need that. Now this is all set to go, and I am now going to insert the image into my page. And you'll see that it's not terribly difficult. There it is. Okay, so the image has been uploaded. It's now, but let's just take a look at it. We'll preview this. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, I can go right over here. All right, but I don't like the way this looks. I mean, this is really, we can do better. So I'm going to go back to the editor, and I'm going to click on the image. All I did is, you can see it's been selected. I have two options here. I can delete the image, which I don't want to do. But I'm going to click on this one to the left, this little button, and it gives me some styling possibilities here. And what I'm going to do is click on left so that the content flows around to the right. And that's all I'm going to do right now, just to make it look a little more presentable. I'm going to upload, or I'm going to click over there, and you can see that's already changed in the editor. Now I'm going to, let's update. Notice before it said publish. Well, we've already published this paper, the page, that is, it's already online. It's already connected to our website. All I want to now do is just to update the page. So I do that. And if I go view the page, let's just view the page over here. Aha! So now we have the image in our page. It looks a whole lot more presentable. Now you might say, well, I really don't like it the way it looks. Well, there's lots of different themes to choose from which deal with how your website looks. And of course, I will get into that certainly in the first and subsequent webinars as part of the A to Z webinar series. So if you're interested in taking either all four of them or just any one of the four, on this page here you'll see there's two different PayPal buttons. You choose either one and away you go. And I look forward to seeing you online during the webinar series. If you have any questions, of course, you can get in touch with me. That's Bud Krause. My email address is bud@joyofcode.com. Thanks very much.